Hello everyone, if you're completely new to Archicad, then this video was made for you. In this tutorial, you will go from knowing nothing about Archicad software to creating this, the beautiful project and its presentation you see right there. Right, I know this might look intimidating, but do not worry. Every step of the process from creating the project from scratch and 3D presentation layout comprising 3D floor plans and 3D elevations will be detailed. This video is pretty long, and that's because Archicad is a big program and it has a lot to offer, and we have a lot as well to cover. To help you navigate this video, I divided it into chapters that will find the links in the description below. In this tutorial, you will learn how to assemble a project model using 3D tools such as walls, slabs, windows, stairs and railings, roof, columns and beams. You will later then create a high quality 3D presentation layout using the 3D Windows settings. Without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, allow me to use MSBIM Archicad template for this demonstration. If you want to follow along or if you want to get this template, check the link on the description to download this template. It's a pretty cool template to have in your practice or in your office. So make sure you check the link and get this template. So let's get straight away into this project. So obviously in any project you would want to start with a sketch, but the approach of this is I want to speed up the whole process by killing two birds with one stone. So I'm going to, instead of creating a 2D sketch, I'm going to straight away create a 3D layout based on the sketch that I had in mind, instead of creating a 2D layout and then later convert it into a 3D layout. So I'll go here on the left side of our interface where we have all the tool palettes or all the tools that we can define our project. So the first part or section is a design tool palettes, where we have all the tools that help us to assemble our project, from walls up to the objects or staircase or whatever, roof, windows, doors and so forth. So I will have another section which is the viewpoints, where we extract views from our model. So then down below is the document tools. These are 2D tools, sorry about that, 2D tools that we use to further document and detail our project. So I'll collapse this and then open the design tool palettes and activate the first tool in the list there, which is the wall tool. All right, so once we activated the tool, I'll come here at the top of the interface. This is the info box section, so you can scroll your wheel like that to access all the parameters, all the data parameters of each tool or element. So I will what I need to set here is the thickness of my wall and the structure of the wall. So I'll come here under structure, then change this to a basic. By default it comes as a composite, but I just want to keep it as basic as possible. And then the structure as a material, we can change this to something else, but the walls are going to be constructed using timber, so I will find something related to that. But for the sake of this demonstration, I just want to use a presentation material. I've created some materials specifically just for presentation, like this one. So then I'll scroll my wheel to find the thickness of the wall. I'll set it to 200, right? That will be the key thing. I'm using millimeters for this demonstration. I know units depends or vary in terms of the region, country where you are. So make sure you use the relevant or the proper standard according to your region. So if you want to change the units, you can just go here under options, then project preferences, working units. Under working units, you can change the length units to whatever system or units that you are going to use or that you are using. So then you can also change other units for area, volume, angle, and so forth. So let's hit OK for that. All right, like I said, we're not going to start by having a 2D sketch to define our layout. So I'm going to start drawing or placing the walls in the view. So, but in Archicad, we have what you call geometry section or geometry method in the info box. That basically determines the placement of each element in your design tool palettes. So in this case, we have the what you call this, the geometry method of single chain, rectangular, and rotated. So if you click and hold this arrow, you'd see we have 4 sections under this geometry. We have the single and then chained to draw a continuous wall. We have the rectangle to draw a rectangle wall, and then we have a slanted or rotated rectangle if you want to draw a rotated rectangle, and then we have a circle where we can draw circular walls, trapezoid walls. These are polygonal walls. So yeah, we have a couple of options there to place our wall. And then if you come here, let's scroll here under the linked stories. So you need to key in or link your wall. First the home story, and then the upper story that is going to be linked to. So in this case, it's linked to home story, and then the upper floor. So these are subject. You can also define the naming of your floors according to what you want. So if to do that, you can come here on the view map. We have a view map section here. We can right click in one of the view. The current view that is open here is the ground floor. So if I can right click on it and then go to story settings, or hit Ctrl+7 to access this story settings window, and then you could see here the settings of our stories. So I can change this to be this is going to be I would say it's going to be my wall plate level, because this is just a single story that I'm going to create. And then we have the roof level, this because I would say upper roof or high roof, something like that. Let's say upper roof level at 3.1. This will determine the apex of our building, so I can reduce it to whatever measurement I would want. Maybe instead of 3.1, because I think it's too much, we can make it 2.1, right? And then hit OK. That doesn't change anything. We can go back. Remember, we are at a upper floor or upper roof level. We need to go back to the ground level, okay? And then place our wall. So I'm going to place my wall using, like I said, geometry method of chain, so that I can continuously place the walls. So another important thing is how the walls is going to be placed, the site. But to see what I'm trying to say in contrast, let's click one of the first points. So I want the reference line of the wall to be inside, because I'm going to use internal dimensions to define my project. So you see here, if I go this way, or let's go this direction, so I would need to use the internal, or maybe let's move on the right instead of on. I'm gonna go, is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? Okay, this is clockwise. I'm going to go anti-clockwise so that I keep the internal dimensions. So let me say here the length of this building is going to be 9,960 millimeters, which is 9.9 meters. Then hit enter. I'll go up and by 6.6, which is 6,600 millimeters, and then hit enter. Let's move this way. I'm gonna close it off here so that I draw a box of my building. So obviously I'm going to start by addressing the spaces. We have the space that we're going to start here for the bathrooms, for these 2 bedroom. We're going to have another bedroom in this side, the other one on the side, and then here is going to be open plan for the kitchen, lounge and dining. So let's again draw a wall here. Instead of having a continuous, so I'm gonna go for a single line of a wall. So I'm going to draw a wall of 630. Then I can go all this direction. Make sure you are outside in terms of the reference line. I'll change this to outside so that I can, like I said, keep the internal dimensions. And then this direction is going to be maybe 2.5, and then let's close it off there. But technically it has to be on the center of this wall. So if you hover your cursor on each element, you would get this midpoint guideline. As you can see, these two dots or line or dash, whatever. And then if you see, this is the center of this one. So I need to align this. So I'm going to Control D to move. Control D in Archicad is to move, is a shortcut to move, or you can right click and then right click, then go to move and drag. So the shortcut is Control D. So I will say Control D and then move this and hold Shift so that you restrict the movement horizontal, or in AutoCAD they say ortho mode, where you restrict vertically, only vertical or horizontal. That's an ortho mode. So I'm gonna zoom in there and restrict it there and find the midpoint, which is this one. Perfect. So now pretty much happy with the what you call the position of the bathroom. All right, so now I need to define the width of these bedrooms. So I'm going to click on this wall, then Control Shift D. I'll move a copy right next to the other wall, and then I can move Control D to move this down by the width of the room, which is going to be 3 meters or 3000 millimeters. Perfect. So if you can confirm these dimensions by activating or what you call the measure tool. It's supposed to be somewhere here. I don't know why it's not showing there. Or you can just hit on M to activate measure so that you can measure 3 meters. Oh, here it is. Measure, and you can measure 3 meters. Perfect. And then these two walls have to go all the way to meet or intersect with this. So I'm going to use a tool called intersect, which is this at the top of your interface. Activate it or just click on it and then come here and click on your wall. So it will automatically adjust those two walls to that area, and then I can get rid of this wall by activating the trim tool, or hold Control in your keyboard to activate this tool and then click on the element just like that. Okay, but to access this two bedroom, you need a passage or a lobby to do that. So I'll select this wall again, Control Shift Control Shift D, and then drag it right next to the other one, and then move it up by 1.2, which is the width of the passage, just like that. And then I can Control hold to activate the scissor tool or trim tool to get rid of the unnecessary elements. I'll also do the same to this one. Okay, but I don't want to have this straight. It has to have an opening. Instead of trimming that, I'm going to use an opening to create opening tool or a door tool to create the opening to this passage. Okay, so another thing is we have the guest toilet on this side or on this area here. I'm going to select this wall, Control Shift D, and put it aside to the other wall, then Control D again and move it with the width of the toilet. This toilet is going to be, let me see, I can just use 1.4. right? Then I can get rid of this material by control hold, then click on that. So we also have a passage, more kind of a lobby that will access this. So we don't want to whereby you are here, you are just exposed, or the door is exposed to different weather conditions. Obviously you want to protect the entrance of this So I'm gonna select this wall again and make a copy like that, and then Control D, move it with the width of the passage, which is going to be 1.2, and Control hold to activate this is a tool to trim off it. So I'm going to use again the rectangle tool, the opening tool, and the door tool. I'll come later and explain why I keep on saying door tool or opening tool, because both two can achieve the same result that I want to achieve. So I'll just show you that in later stage of this demonstration. Okay, so we have another area here, which is the outdoor kitchen, and it has the outdoor kitchen and the barbecue section. We call it braai area in our site. So we can just extend this wall all the way to there by 2.3 meters. I can just take this wall, Control Shift D again to make a copy and put it aside, then move it by 2.3 to there. And then I can select, hold Shift to select or to add another wall to the selection, which is this wall, to intersect these two to create that. Obviously this wall is going to be, the length of this wall is going to be determined by the width of the the cabinets or cabinetry for the kitchen. So let's make it 600 like that. Perfect. So that's basically the layout that I had in mind to create. Obviously now we're going to think of the circulation and access to the space. We have a veranda, a huge veranda, that is the center or the focal point of our design. So to do that, let me use a slab tool to create the veranda. I will activate the slab tool under design tool palettes, and then, like I said, the geometry method determines the way you want to place your element within the place. So in this case, I'm going to use a rectangular method to place this. But before we do that, let's set the structure of our slab. Obviously I'm creating a deck for this project. It's gonna be a deck, so I'm going to change the material to timber. Let's find timber here. Should have wood. Yeah, this heavy wood blah blah. I'll go with this one, and then I can just pick this point. The rectangle method means I can draw using 2 points, 2 diagonal points. So I'm going to pick this area and then draw to this side, and I need to indicate the width and the length. So the length is going to be around, let me just say around 10 meters in your tracker. Then use the downward arrow to access the dimension 2, which is the width of the passage or the corridor. I'm going to make it 3 meters. Hit enter. Oh, it's supposed to be 3.2, right? I'm going to add 200. Let's pick the edge of this wall. This tools or the pop out palette or the pet palette will pop out to give you the tools to define your slab. So I'm going to pick a tool called offset edge because I want to increase the size of the passage by 200 like that. Hit enter. Perfect. And then I don't like this tiling on it. So this tiling is being created by using a cover fill, if I'm not mistaken. So if you come here on your info box, while this is being selected, you'd find a section called floor plan and section. Let's click on it, and then you'd find a cover fill parameters, and then check it out or uncheck the box. So I'll click on this edge again to edge, stretched all the way to there. Okay, but basically it has to go all the way to here, and then I'll add a point. I'll add a point here on this corner, then I offset the edge all the way to there. So I'm going to add a point by clicking on this line or edge. Then here you'd find insert a new node. I don't know why this sounds funny to me, new node, but these are points. I'll just add a point there, and then I'll go back to the edge and activate the offset edge, and offset edge all the way to there. Okay, I pretty much like, I think the idea of having a edge is, it was the cover fill, it was ideal. So instead of just taking it out, I'm going to change it to something that will represent the decking. So I'm going to come here and find parallel 0.4-inch horizontal texture, something like that. Okay, perfect. So obviously we have now everything in terms of our sketch. Obviously I have a planter here that will determine this. So this planter is going to be positioned roughly on the center of this. So I'm going to select this and add a point on the midpoint of the slab. Then select this edge on the side, then use offset edge and move back by 1.5. That will create a section for our planter. Okay, this is a section for our planter, and we're gonna have again the staircase here. Just I think 4 steps or 4 trees staircase, because this is a deck, guys. It's a suspended floor. So I would start by placing those staircase access. Again, we have another, this deck has to wrap around to access this toilet. So I'm going to select this and then pick the edge, offset the edge by let's go 800. Okay, and then I'm going to insert the point here. I would rather insert the point and then offset again, or you have an option to pick the point and find add polygon in the pad palette, add polygon tool, and then you can just easily pick. Oh, by the way, again, like I said, everything revolves under the geometry method or how you want to play. So even if, let me just do this, let me redo it again. So if I click this point and then I'll add the polygon, so you see here, this will determine also the way you want to add another section or an extra element or extra content to this slab. So I'm going to use this rectangular method. Let's see how it works. Just like that, and then place it all over by somewhere there. Perfect. And then I can get rid of this point because it's unnecessary. Make sure you keep your points as minimum as possible, because it's important, because otherwise it will add up to your file size and then you start experiencing file crashing. You don't want to experience such. That's frustrating times of your project. So that's basically this. So let's complete our planter. It's just going to be constructed using walls. I'll activate the wall tool, and then I'll make sure I'm not gonna link it to the upper story or to the wall plate, because this is just a dwarf wall that I'm going to create. I'll say not link, and then just key in here, maybe 600. I don't know, we can change later if I want. And then I'm going to change the geometry method of this to a rectangular, and then I can pick this corner and then draw my planter to there. I know here is going to be the staircase access, will subject to change, but we can say let's move this from here by the width of the staircase, which is going to be 1.2. and then you can shift hold to add the selections and then intersect. Perfect. So we have the section or the area for our staircase. We're gonna have staircase here, then there, and then another one is going to be servicing this area. So basically that's how our sketch looks like. We can complete our planter by placing some objects, some tree objects. Let's say object tool and then open its settings. I'm going to search for planter or plants, sorry. Let's search for a plant in Archicad and scroll down. Then I'm going to go with this one, the grass model. If you come here under custom settings, you can find pretty much good stuff here to set. The leaf angle is 10 degrees, density 20. I don't have a problem with that. So my problem is going to be under the both 2D representation and 3D representation. I want to make the symbol type projected so that you can find something like that, and then the 3D detail level to be full resolution, and then hit OK to place your element. You see, I can select this one, maybe come here on the info box, find the size area. I would make sure I lock all the sections or all the sides, so that if I change one of these, automatically change the other one. So let's make it maybe 1 meter, something like this. I can pick this point and move. By so doing, I can add a copy on this move. So by clicking Control is to add a copy. Do the same again. I'll just do the repeat like that. Perfect. Now we have this, but obviously on our planter you'd have to fill it with some soil. So if you check on the 3D here, I don't know why it's giving the window is minimized. You can maximize the window by double clicking on the top section of it. So what I'm trying to explain here is these walls has to start right on the foundation. So I'll select them. They're supposed to be linked to the foundation, and then the height of the wall, I would pick one of the points there and then activate the stretch height. Height has to go all the way to the slab height, something like this. Okay, and then I can fill in this by soil using either slab tool or a mesh tool. So let's activate the mesh, use the geometry method of rectangle. I'll pick this corner, then draw or place to this corner. Wow, so by default you get this. Let's select what we've placed already, change the material to, you can just find soil. I don't know, we have soil, yeah, soil there, and then I can drop it down by 200, negative 200 under bottom and top section. So that determines the position of it, or you can just fill it off. I can pick one of the points bottom and then stretch all the way to the foundation like that. So obviously it's floating, you need to select all these objects, and then I'll take advantage of the selection and then group this element. You can group by going to edit and then find grouping and then group, or Control G in your keyboard. Let's drop it down again by -200 so that it can sit on the perfect position. That's basically what we have in terms of that. All right, let's take this to the next level. Obviously I would want to see the walls, the edges of the walls for the planter to show on the ground floor. So basically, let me go down here on the foundation level, because it's been linked to that as a home story. So I'm going to change this to ground home story so that it can show here. The only problem that we need to adjust is the height. Let's say not link, then set it to, I think it was 600, right? Yes. And take it down, Control D to take it down to the ground level. It has to go all the way, by the way. So let me suspend groups here so that I can pick one of the points below or down, and then just stretch by using a stretch height. Perfect. So that'll be visible now on your floor plan. Okay, so I'm going to now provide the access to this building. So I'm going to activate the stay tool, and I can I can have an option to place the railing automatically, which is going to be a key thing to Archicad. So let's just place railing on both sides, and I would pick one of this point. It will start here, and wow, let me change the baseline to this one. Perfect, the reference line, and then I'll draw it to there, and then right click to say OK. Perfect. So obviously it goes all the way there because it's how it's been linked, right? It's been set to from the bottom or from the ground floor, and then the upper floor, which is the wall plate. So I'm going to select this and say, instead of going all the way to there, I'm going to not link you and reduce the height of you to be, let's maybe calculate the height, which is 900, right? Yeah, I think it's 900, which is the height of our foundation height. So make it 900 because it's going to be keyed in from foundation and then linked to the ground floor. So that will give us that. Perfect. And then the width is supposed to be 1.2 because this area, this section, we created a space of 1.2. So if you hover or scroll down in your info box, you'd find we have the width of the staircase parameter, make it 1.2. And then again, the layer, let's find an appropriate layer on this layer system of our template. Let's find, should be under staircase, should be under B10 superstructure. Yeah, hey, there we go. Stay. And also applies to the railings, needs to be assigned a layer that will be under the superstructure. Find balustrades. Perfect. It's a special construction. Okay, so we have access here. We need to again offer another access there. So I'm going to pick parameters of this, and I'm going to draw another staircase there to there, because now it's been restricted, it's been linked to or the home story is foundation, and then the upper story is the ground floor. Now even if I can go all the way to this point, it will restrict the staircase to such constraints. So even if I click there, then I can say continue, it will be placed just there. Okay, pretty interesting. So I'm gonna select the staircase and then move it to the point, Control D. Let's say Control D and then move it back there. I think the width is supposed to be 800, something like that, because it's just for the accessing of the outside toilet, more especially if you are coming from down or from the ground level. But if you're coming on the deck here, you can just go and then access it. Good, pretty stuff. Yeah, I don't know why the railings were not placed. You can check on 3D and confirm that, oh, they are there, they are placed. But it's just for us to make sure the layers are something that we are. I think this one is supposed to be under superstructure, which is going to be the balustrades. 5. Do I really need a handrail on the side? I don't think so. But hey, okay. I'm not interested on the design for now of the railings, so I can later come and define the design. What I want is to finish it off with the layout first and make sure it works. I'll come later and change. I can see even the material for the slab, for the decking, the material for that can later change. Yes, I'll come and change it later. So let's go back to the ground floor, and then what we want here is another access of the staircase there. I can just quickly take this, select all the railings and staircase, Control Shift D to make a copy. Let's just put it somewhere there, and then Control E to rotate. Control E is the shortcut for rotating. I'll rotate it all the way like that, and then Control D, move it from this point to there. And then again, just move it to somewhere here. Perfect. So I have this. Now let's move on and place some openings to our building. So I'm going to activate under the design tool palettes from the right side or left side of your interface, let's find the door tool, and then I'm going to open its settings. Each tool has this default settings where all the parameters on the info box are extended. Sorry about that, are extended. So what I need to do is to come here on the default library of Archicad and find the door that I want to use. In this case, I'm going to go on the folder for sliding doors. Let's scroll down and find the sliding door with two slides, two side lights. Okay, I'll activate this, and then I will check the handle to be something. I think I need to create handles for custom handles for Archicad doors. You know, that's the next product that I need to create, because if you look at the list, here is something that is not well off. So yeah, I'll just go with the handle 2, and let's click here on the door settings and opening and find. I want to find the model attributes, right? And then set the 3D detail level to full and change the material. I'll make the door surfaces to be uniform, right, by checking on this box, and then set the material to be, I want paint 4. Where is the paint 4? Okay, there we go. We have paint 4 there. And what else again can we set? I think I need to remove the fill, as you can see here on the floor plan preview. You can change the elevation preview or 3D preview depending on what you want. So I can see we have this edging that I would like to keep. I would like to keep that. So let's go back and then change the fill under the floor plan section. Find floor plan section here, then use or uncheck use fill. We still have 2 fills left on the panels, so I'm gonna come here and then change this to that, hit OK, then I come and apply or place our door. So if you hover on your wall, you would see now our door graphically being defined. So I'm gonna make sure the black line is inside of my wall, and then I'll click. Then this will determine the opening side of that. Well, this is up to you guys. Now choose the inside part. Okay, so we move on to other doors. We have another door by the kitchen, another door for the toilets and the bedroom, another door here for the guest toilet. But I forgot to partition, because we have an in-suite for this bedroom, and then we have another separate toilet for this bedroom and the rest. So I need to draw a wall in between here. So I can quickly just copy this wall, Ctrl+Shift+D, and then make sure you place it on the midpoint of there. It's not on the midpoint because I'm using the outside reference point. If you change the reference location line to the center, now it will be on the midpoint. Let's get rid of this by Control and hold and trim, just like that. All right, so I believe everything it's fine. I can move on and place other doors. Okay, so with Archicad, you can create custom doors, right? If you activate the door tool here and open the settings, and what I'm looking at is the hinged doors. Okay, I'm looking at the hinged doors, but let me cancel this and show you something. I have presets of the doors that I created before for this template. So if you click on this arrow, you would see a bunch of doors here. Let me go to the folders. We have garage doors, pivot doors, and swing doors. These are being placed or controlled here by the favorites. In most cases, it works. Sometimes it doesn't work, where you have favorites that represent the actual image of the doors. So here it's just one thing, but these are different images. So I don't know why, even if you try to load the material. So I think let's try by loading the library first. Go to file and then libraries manager, and make sure all the libraries are loaded. But by the look of things, everything is fine. And the perfect or the solution to this problem is to open the raw file for the doors or for the visual library that comes with this template. So if I've opened it somewhere there. So this is the only, I've extracted this from the visual library. The visual library is an enormous library that has everything set to the high standards, set to high quality settings. So it's just for you to copy paste into your project. For this case, I'll go here, and or you can just also check on 3D before you place. I don't know why it shows that material. Oh, it's fine. So you can browse first and see what type of a door you want to use for your project. They are really nice doors here, guys. Plenty of them that you can define your project with. Very nice door. I tend to like this one. I'll have to pick this one, right? Let me see where exactly from the floor plan. I think it's number 2 from this one. Let's go back and find, here it is. I'll select this and then Control C to copy and wait for it to be added to the copy clip. Then let's go back to the project and place it there. Control V and place. Perfect. Here it is. I'll click outside the marquee to complete the pasting or the operation. So now I'll go back to my door tool and then open its settings and pick a door. Let's just pick a door, a hinge door, and then I'm going to go for this door 25. Blah blah blah. Let's hit OK. I will place it to this bedroom. Place it this bedroom. We have another one here. We have another one here. Another one there for the kitchen. Okay, so this looks too tight. It's supposed to be, if you say Alt L in your keyboard, and you can activate the guideline, or just come here and activate the guideline. So I'm gonna draw a line of 1.23 because that's the width of this. Yeah, it's supposed to be that, and then I can move it right there. This one's supposed to be, let me check. I don't know why they're not. This one's supposed to be 1.2 as well. So if I draw another guideline, Alt L 1.2, this is going to move all the way to there. Let's add this wall to intersect. I can Control hold to activate the trim tool and trim this. I can select it and then adjust by adjust tool, and then click on the wall to adjust the tool. Okay, so now we have this pretty much in a correct way. So I would get rid of the guidelines by coming here on this arrow and then remove all guidelines. Perfect. So yeah, so now we have our doors in place. We have this to use for our door pattern. So let me just check on 3D so that I can show you how this works. Okay, I'm gonna select all this, or just let me just set on this one. Let's open the settings of that one and go to the door settings and openings, find the model attributes, set the resolution to be full, and we can only change the material for the frame, because, or whatever, we can leave it the way it is, and then go back to the all the parameter settings and then find floor plan section and then set this to be scale sensitive and this to be always, right? And then I'm going to get rid of the fields. Even this one I'll use a transparent material and then hit OK. So basically this is what you would get. It's not a nice door. Okay, so let's see how you can utilize this. It's made up of a slab tool as well crafted door panel. with the hinges and everything. So what I just need to do is to select it and then go to File, Libraries and Objects, then save selection as, I would either save it as a door or a door leaf. Let's see the pros and cons of both. I'll start by door, and then I would use the horizontal plane to set this, and then continue and save. I would call it MSBIM door panel, right? And then save. You can set the parameters of the 2D of the attributes, but for now let's just hit OK, and then go back again and save this as libraries and objects, and then save selection as a door leaf, and then still use the same horizontal plane and the same name, MSBIM door panel. Okay, and then hit save. Oh, I have that. Okay, I need to say this is a leaf, right? Perfect. Save. The new customer will be available. Okay, let's hit OK, and then if you come to our door here, this gentleman, we're gonna make it feel good by giving him some love. Okay, select the door and open settings. On the settings, what we need to is to replace this by the door we just created. Normally, whatever custom elements or objects that we're creating in Archicad goes to an embedded folder, unless you create what you call as a folder and then you export it outside Archicad and then reload it. It will now be loaded as a folder on the libraries. It's going to be loaded as a linked libraries. These are linked libraries. So if you want to have it under this list, you have to now export it as a folder and then bring it to the library by going to library manager and load it there. So it will be structured on under linked library. So for now, it's going to be located under embedded library, which is this the door. You can check it. Sorry about that. You can check it on the preview here. We have that and then that. All right. So let's hit OK and see. The problem with this, because we didn't create a frame for our panel. So you see now it's a frameless door. Is it what you want? No. So that means we need to come here and then add a frame to the pattern. Okay, but let's take advantage of what's already there, right? I'll hit undo, and then if you go back again, let's see now if you're using a door leaf. Okay, let's find a door leaf, how we can use a door leaf. So let's come here under hinge door settings and then click on this arrow of all parameters. What you want is to find a door leaf type section, and then if you scroll down below, you'd find and then activate the custom door leaf. If you come here under custom door leaf name, you would find we have a bunch of door leaves that I've created for this template. So this is everything that you saw on that library, so which is this library, right? Let's go back, and then what I need to do is to come here on the list, scroll down and find the MSBIM door leaf we just created now. So let's hit on it. You see now we have a frame and our leaf. So we're taking advantage of the frame of just Archicad door, and we can go back again and set the, let's come here and find the handle and set the handle to something else. Like I said, I'm going to create custom door handles for Archicad. So I think just for the next video it will be available, I promise. Then hit OK. This is how it looks. It looks great, very nice. Okay, so now I can take this to the other ones. I can pick parameters of this door and then come here, control and alt hold, which is basically a shortcut to inject parameters. But what I'll say, this will be to enable the shortcut will give you an option to change all the doors instantly like that. Okay, perfect. Let's go back, and we have an opening here and another door here. I forgot we have another door here, something like that. We have an opening here and another opening here. This we can use a door as well, a door tool, and we have empty door opening. I'll scroll down and find this rectangular door opening, and there's really nothing in terms of setting it, just to place it like that, and then place it as well here, and I can increase the width to be 1.2 for the passage, and this I can leave it at 1 meter or 1000 millimeters, something like that. So that pretty much define the circulation of our building. So let's move on to windows. Windows is pretty much straightforward exercise as well. If you activate the window tool here, I also have something that I prepared for this template. If you click on this arrow, you'd find we have a bunch of nicely set aluminum windows. So if you click here to the folders, you'd find we have different types. We have different types and a bunch of them. So you can see these are side hang, we have the top hangs, so pretty much what you want. So I'll start for the bathroom or for the shower toilets. I'll click on this one, and it's, yeah, I think 9 by 600 is the correct size for the openings, for the windows of the bathrooms. So I'll click and place it on this one. Do the same to there, another to there. Just like doors, it's pretty much straightforward to place a window or an element. So let's go back and do for the bedrooms. The bedrooms, I'm going to find something different. Maybe if I scroll down here, I think something of this nature. If I double click on it, then I can place it from there, and then on this side as well, just like that, and then somewhere there. Okay, so you can see now okay, we have another window here, 2 windows there. Let's go back. This one I'm going to find a different window type. Let's maybe, yes, I think I'll go for something like this here. Okay, and then this side, let's find, I think let's go find a sliding door. A sliding window. I'm looking for something tall. Okay, let me just pick whatever and place it here. Let me increase the width of this to 1.5 or 2.1. I think it should have at least 3 sections, right? I think I can add extra section. Wow, the only one that can have extra section is this one. So if I want to transfer now the settings of this, I don't want to lose, because if I had to change to this, it's going to change. Like for example, if I click this one and then load, it's going to change the settings for that, especially on 3D. See, we've lost the material, blah 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 blah, and then but others were on this black material. So to avoid such, you have to pick parameters of the window first, and then go to its settings. Then we're going to Control Alt to transfer parameters to whatever type or window type that we're going for. So in this one, do that, and I don't want to see this top part. Let's say a pattern zone. I'm going to get rid of this, say none. Perfect, and then hit OK. It will remain on the same material, which is a nice thing. I want it to be full height, so I can stretch it all the way to there. Perfect. So we have that, and if you see now, we have windows that are not the same height. That is not okay. You want to keep all your windows on the same height. So what I need to do is to select all the windows, and to select all the windows is to activate the window tool here and then Control A in your keyboard to select all the windows. So if you come here on the info box, let's find a section for seal or height or header height, sorry, and then change the header to be a okay, it's supposed to be header to wall base, right? And then I'll set this to header to wall top. No, it's supposed to be a wall base, so that I can key in 2 meters. What a bit. Oh, 2,000. I mean 21,000, so it's supposed to be 2.1. okay, so that will keep all the windows in the same height, the one we just defined, which is 2.1. Perfect. We have a nice plate window for our kitchen here. So let's go back to our floor plan and then let's activate the window tool. I'll find a split window for some. I think these sliding ones are very good for that. I'll just find this one, and let's see the height for it. Make it 600, and the width is supposed to be maybe 2 meters. Yeah, something like this. I think 2 meters is too big. Let's make it 1.8 so that we have a nice play window overlooking the outdoor kitchen, right? Okay, perfect. I think let's complete this stage by placing the slab on the inside. So let's go back. I'll pick parameters of this slab, but for this one I'm going to get rid of the cover fill for whatever reason, and then I can use the rectangular method to start from here all the way to there. Then I would fix this area by clicking on this point or edge. Then I'm gonna activate the add to polygon tool, and then I'll pick this point, draw a rectangle, make sure the geometry method here is on rectangle, and draw to place that. Perfect. So now we have our what you call this place, and then I'm going to select all these slabs and then open its settings. What I want to change is the model override surface. I'm going to override this by a wood material because, like I said, this is supposed to be a wood siding kind of where is wood siding? Do I have a wood siding here? Yeah, there we go. We have some wood siding there. Let's find this one. Not like it. I don't like it. Let's check all this. I don't like it. Let's find for something different. Yo, because the material are missing, I need to load the library. Wow. Okay, let's just use this one, but I'm not happy. Okay, but let's just leave it the way it is. Yeah. And then for the walls, let's pick everything as well, except this gentleman for the planter, and set the material to be siding as well, wood siding. I think for this I'm going to go for, where is it? This one. Yeah, that one. Oh, I've seen something that I can test for the floor. Let's find, I've seen something that I can test for the floor. Where is it? Okay, let's just leave it the way it is for the sake of this demonstration. Yeah, but this is what I want. For the staircase as well, I can change to, let's select also the third one and open its settings. I'm going to change the material of the treat. Let's go to treat and change this to be just wood oak. Just the hardwood. Hit OK. Nice. All right. Oh, we still have I'll say undo and redo to reselect. That's another tip for that. So I need also to do for the riser, change this to the same hardwood, hit OK. Perfect. So I have that, and then you can also do the same to the other side. So I'll undo and redo. Let's change also for the structure. Where is the structure material? Set this to be wood. Yeah. Okay. So that's basically that. I can get rid of the door patterns. They've served its purpose. One thing that I need to do, or the second stage of this demonstration, it will be now the furnitures and fittings. So let's go back on the ground floor, and I'll see you in the next section. All right, the second stage, like I said, is furniture and fittings. We're gonna start with the fittings, the bathroom sanitary way. So that will basically use Archicad default library. Open the object under design tool palettes, or activate the two objects under the design tool palettes, and then open its settings. From the settings, what we need to do, we search for WC, which is the water closet, and I will find for 25, which is this one. I don't think I have pretty much what I can do here. It's just the options that are available with this, and you can see for yourself. So hit OK, then place it there. This one I'm going to Control E and rotate it to this direction, Control D, and then I'm gonna move it using this black midpoint, and then dock it on the wall like that. And then I'm going to Control Shift M and mirror a copy to the other side, right? And then Control Shift D and put it somewhere there. I'll open the settings and then search for the shower. Search for shower basin. 25. I'll go with this one. Check on the plan. Hit OK. Then I'll Control D and move it right on the corner. It's supposed to be on the corner here, and then I can take these two, Control D to drag them down a bit there. Okay, so I have to have a basin as well. Control Shift D to carry a copy, and then open its settings. Let's search for a basin for 25, because I'm using version 25 for this demonstration. Let's go for this one, and we can use whatever options or style we available there. Then hit OK to apply the changes. So we can move it right somewhere there, and then because of the width of the door for the bathrooms, supposed to be less the width of the main door, so this one is going to be around 800. 800 is super fine. And for this one, I'm going to Control M and mirror it to the other side by using this midpoint. So I can just pick the midpoint and then activate the mirror in the pad palette, and then mirror vertically like that. You can move it to right to this edge of the corner, so that I can have Control Shift M, so that I can mirror this to the other side. Yeah, perfect. And also this one, Control Shift M to mirror a copy, right that way. But if you zoom in here, you find that it affecting the pens or the lines for our walls. To fix this issue, I'll pick all the objects, right, by picking parameter or activating the tool here, and then Control A to select all the object. And then I'm gonna right click and then say display order, then send to the back. So now you see it's perfectly nicely done, as you can see. Perfect. So let's move on to the bedroom. For the bedrooms, I've created something different, because if you look at what we have in terms of the furniture for the bedroom in Archicad, let's go for maybe search for the beds. Let's search for the beds. We have pretty much low resolution kind of beds, as you could see. This is what we have. I'm not saying this is not okay to use, but it's okay. But what if you want to set your standard, be different, unique in terms of presenting your projects? So what I've created is something like this. Let's open this. I've created this type of doors, or what you call beds. Okay, I'll Control C, copy it to the clipboard, and go back to the project, Control V to paste it here. So if you want this object, make sure you check the link on the description, and then it's mainly for the patrons membership. So make sure you join the patron membership and access all the contents that we weekly release or publish in our patron membership platform. So even this project file, it will be hosted there, so you would access everything, even the prehistory of all the topics or videos that we made. The assets or files are available there. So I'll just paste it here and then move it to the position like that, and then click outside the marquee to complete the operation. And I think this one I can maybe move it back like that. You can also set the change the the size if you want. So I'll Control Shift M again to mirror it to the other side, to the other room, something like this. So if we check on 3D, this is the bed. It's more like a sleigh. They call it sleigh beds, right? It has this. Perfect. And you can also change the material if you want. You have parameters to change the material. So yeah, that's basically that. Let's go back to this. We need to have closets here, the closets for the bedroom. So I'll go back to object, open settings, and then I would search for wardrobe. We have different types of wardrobe that comes with Archicad, and whatever there's this specific wardrobe type that I want to use in Archicad. I don't know why is it taking, I don't know why it's loading like this. Let's check on, I don't think it's this one. Okay, use this one, yeah. But let's see all the settings here. I will change the 2 detail level to be full, 3D level also to be full, and I don't want to use a fill. I'll just use that, and then hit OK. I'll place it here. Control E to rotate and move it to the place like that. Control Shift D, do the same to the other side, something like that. Perfect, it looks great. So you can check on 3D and see how this is being placed. Because it's a farmhouse, you don't necessarily need something fancy or stuff like that. So I think this works perfectly well with the design. All right, so let's go back for the we need to have again the toilet shower kind of arrangement for this. Let's select all this, Control Shift D, come and place it here let's mirror. I'll mirror everything. Control M. Oh, sorry, I can just use this mirror and mirror, position it to this corner. This I'll move it right on the edge. Okay, I can take this because it now disturbs me. Remember, we've set this to be at the back of the objects, so you have to do the same to our slab so that it doesn't interfere with our selection. So now I can quickly select my object like that. So that's best tiny things that you need to understand in Archicad, otherwise it will frustrate you. I know there are a lot of people that get frustrated with this type of things because of lack of understanding how the software functions. So that's, I'm here for that, to help you guys understand the basic functions of Archicad. Okay, so my guest bathroom is done, it's completely done. Now we need to go for the kitchen, dining, and the lounge. So let's start with the kitchen. The kitchen, very interesting. Let's open the object settings and search for there's a library called, a folder called layouts, furniture layouts. Again, there is also a library that is coming that I've created customly for Archicad, and it's just the groupings and libraries, the layouts for different setup, for the master bedrooms, for the kitchen, for dining, living room. It's a nice packs or products to use in your, because it will save time in terms of now redoing other things one by one. So in this case, I have a kitchen layout that I can reuse. I'm going to go for an L shape, and then if you click on this arrow for the next page, you see I'll get rid of some of the appliances like oven, washer, all the dishwashers, because this is just a farmhouse, guys. And then if you move on to the next page, I want to change the 2D level to full resolution, and then get rid of the fill here under fill background pen. Then if you again go to the next page, there's supposed to be another for 3D level. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is, make it full as well. Okay, and then hit OK, and I can place it there. I can now Control M to mirror, because the orientation, wow, it's not okay. Let's just use the mirror, this mirror. Okay, Control D, pick with this corner and place to this corner, and then I'm going to pick here on this whatever is it, what kind of color is this? Is it magenta? Yeah. And on the pet palette, I'm going to use the move node so that I can stretch this all the way to the door size. And then the top cabinets, I'm going to stretch them all the way like so, all the way to there. And I'm gonna move the stove, the cooktop to somewhere there. Take the fridge to this side as well. I will take the sink to next to the window. And what is this? This is a tall cabinet. I'll put it right next to the fridge, and then I will have to reduce the length of the cabinet like that. Well, this also needs to be stretched to there. Perfect. It took me less than a minute to complete the kitchen layout because of that object too. All right, so let's move on to the other side, the outdoor kitchen, because it's correlates with this. So for the outdoor kitchen, I'm going to use an object called, I want to use a barbecue area here. So let's open the objects and then search for the, I don't know, is it fire? Let's just say fire. I think it's grill, right? Is it grill? A griller. Let's see what's, yeah, there we go. This is the object that I was looking for. And then here we have different options of the style. And again, I think I need to create also a very modernish kind of barbecue area, because this is a traditional style. So I'll go with this one, and scroll down. There's really nice much you can do in terms of the other parameters, except the 2D detail level and the 3D detail level. I set it to full, and the fill background pen, make it transparent. Okay, then place it there. I'm going to select it, Control E to rotate it to this direction, and Control D to move it to the corner here. Like I said, this wall is going to take the length of the cabinet, so we have that. Instead of having this transparent, you see now it's now the underneath floor slab texture is interfering with that, so let's restrict it to do that. Instead of using a transparent background, let's go for a screen background or window background. That will give us that chance to screen off the unnecessary or unwanted underneath material. So for here we need a sink as well. Let's open the settings of the objects, and I'm going to search just for sink. Let's search for sink. I scroll down here. What else do we want? I think this one is the correct one. Go for this. Move on to the next pages. Set the 2D level to be symbolic. Oh, let's just leave it the way it is. And then this is supposed to be full resolution, and I will use window background. Hit OK. Place it here and move it right there. For planning purposes, you would want to keep your sanitary fixtures on one side, and then we have to have you can have a sink without a facade. Let's go back and find tab that we're going to use. Just go with this one. Okay, perfect. All right, so if we click on the 3D, you'd see this is the area that we've been working on. We have this, and also you need to have a countertop that will have more like a prep area. So this also needs to be flipped up. I think it's facing the wrong direction. So go back to the floor plan, select this, and then Control M, or you can just mirror there. Control D, put it back to the position, something like that. I don't know materials. We can make it maybe bricks in terms of let's make it brickwork. Where's brickwork? I think let's go with this one and see. Yeah, something like that. Let's go for the prep area. I'm going to use slab for that. I can just pick parameter of the slab, then go to the floor plan in the section and get rid of the cover fill and the material. Let's go for a stone kind of material. Do you have stone here on this? Yes, I think stone granite, and then open its settings. I'm going to override the model surfaces to be a marble kind of. Here we have a marble here. I think there's a marble called Kara something. Where is it? Yeah, Carrara white. Then hit OK. Then I can place my slab. Use a geometry method of a square. So I'm going to come here and then draw this direction. The width is going to be 600, right? And then this is going to be 2.3. I can just hit enter. So have to pick this point and add a polygon again, going all the way to this area, maybe by 750. And then still the width is supposed to be 600. I think let's offset this edge all the way to maybe somewhere here and check on 3D. So here's the slab. We need to set this to be 50, and it has to be, how high is this? I can select this and then say 550. Oh no, sorry, 700. So I'm going to make this 700 up. I don't think it's 700, so I can move it manually like so. Perfect. And then I need to close it off here, but before I close it off, I want to Control Shift D to make a copy downwards, Control Shift D, sorry, and then make it a copy of 300 going down. I think let's make it 400 to create a shelving. So let's close it off the side, go back, and I can use a wall. Let's pick a wall and set the same to be a stone. Where is that stone that I've used? Is it stone finish? I think it's stone granite. Where is it? There we go. And then go back and open the settings, change the model overrides or the model surfaces to stone Carrara white. Hit OK. Then I'm going to draw it. Instead of 200, make it 100. And then let's draw it from this wall. Oh, sorry, I'm using a rectangle method. This time around, I'm gonna go for a single or a straight method. Let's turn off the reference line to the inside and then place it there. So if we check on 3D, you should have something like that. And we have to not link this and set the height. Is it 700? Oh no, it's not. I'm going to pick the point and stretch the height manually like that, something like that. Okay, that completes our outdoor kitchen. We have a sink, a barbecue area, and the shelving, but we need to carve in the opening in our slab. So I'll select the slab, right click, then connect solid element operation. In this area, by so doing, the target is being added automatically because we selected it when we are bringing this window. So I need just to select the operator and add as an operator. The operation is going to be subtraction with downwards, if I'm not mistaken, and then hit execute. It should work. Perfect. So now we have our sink of outdoor kitchen. Okay, I can get rid of this solid element operation window and then go back to the ground and complete the remaining furniture for the dining, lounge, and then the outdoor lounge and the entertainment side. So we still have a problem of material underneath interfering our elements. So I'm gonna select this, and instead of going up on floor plan section, instead of not using cover fill, I'm going to use the cover fill, but this time around it's going to be a just empty, and then I'll use that. So if I right click and then bring this to forward, or right click, bring this to front, what's going on here? Right click, bring this to front. Oh, okay, let's go back to floor plan section and see what might be the problem. So instead of using an empty fill, we want to use fill background. Still, something weird is happening. Maybe let's go for foreground, then change this. What's wrong with this empty fill? Okay, something is weird here. I'm trying to find what might be the problem. So if I change this to screen background, change the fill type to maybe image corrugate. Maybe airspace. Yeah, airspace normally works. Maybe I'm changing. Okay, let's work on this one. Floor plan section, cover fill, change the fill to background. Should be okay. Wow. Let's right click, bring this to front. Okay, I'll do it here. Right click, display. We don't have a display on 3D. I don't know why is this not showing. Right click, send it to back. Wow, this is for the first time happening, guys. I don't know if it's a bug or what, but whatever. that I'm doing here, I believe, is the correct thing to do. Or maybe I should go back to its settings and find what, because everything here looks fine. If I say not use, oh wow. Let me know, guys, in the comment section, what am I doing wrong that makes this not happen, because I don't want to see the extent of the floor decking showing on my on the countertop or the prep area. But this is the only thing that, or only way you can restrict to that. Okay, no, for this demonstration, let me just leave it the way it is. Let me know in the comment section what you think, guys, am I doing which is wrong in order for this not to work. So let's continue with our tutorial or demonstration. So I'm gonna start or continue with the dining and then the lounge. Let's activate the objects, open the settings, and let's search for, or we go back into that folder, yeah, for the layouts. Remember that folder for furniture layouts, which is this, and then scroll down, we'll find a dining table. In this dining table, I want to get rid of the other side like that. And if we move forward to the next page, change this to be full. You can make it symbolic if you want and try play around with whatever. Yeah, but for this, let me just leave it the way it is like this, and then change the field to be a screen or a window. Then yeah, that's the rest. The detail level, you can make it full, then hit OK, place it this, and then let's rotate it. Control E to rotate to this horizontal like that. Control D and move it right by this window. Perfect. So I need to move on to the lounge. Go back to its settings and that folder again for furniture layout. Let's find a layout for the lounge, and this time around I'm going to get rid of this side as well, and then this chairs, the sitting on this side. Let's see in other pages what's available there. The 2 detail level, make it full, and then background, make it window screen, and then hit OK to apply the changes, then place it there. Perfect. So I can just move it right there. And then one last thing that took place in this lounge area is the TV. Let's go back, open settings, and search. I'll search for TV. Let's find whatever TVs that are available there. I'll go for this one, and then under the support, I'm going to make it wall mounted. Check other pages, make the 2 detail level to be full, the background to be window or screened, something like that, and hit OK, place it like that, select it, and then Control E to rotate it vertically to that direction, Control D to move into and dock it to the wall. So if we check on 3D to find its position is not on the correct place, so I'll select it and change the height to be roughly 700 is fine. I don't know, whatever. Okay. Wow, this is not glass. I don't know what happened. So let's open its settings and go to here. Click on the arrow of all the parameters, model attributes. Okay. The leaf glass is supposed to be a glass. So let's find a glass material. Do we have glass here? Glass clear and glass clear. Hit OK, something like that. Perfect. Okay, so that's complete our section for the furniture and fittings. I'll see you in the next chapter. Okay, the next section is to do the foundation and then do the roofing. Obviously, the foundation I'm gonna work on the ground, the foundation level flow. And then we have to reference the flow, the ground flow level here by right clicking on the ground floor and then say show as trace reference. All right, so that we can see a screen of what's on above or what's on the above. And then from here, what you need to do is to place some pile foundation or some pins. I don't know what you call, but I can activate the column tool and then set the structure to be a circular, and I would get rid of this veneer or whatever. Yeah, let's not add the veneer there. Okay, so I'm going to make its height to be, or let's link it from the foundation to the ground so that we restrict the height to that. And then the offset from the ground is going to be 0. Perfect. So its total height supposed to be the height of the height from the foundation to the ground. I don't know why it's 443. So if you open the settings here, that's the reason why. So we need to set this section to be 0, something like this. And then we are going to change the material. Let's come here under segment, change the material to be timber. Let's find timber structural. Do we have timber structural, which is this? And then I'll get rid of the surfaces. Hit OK, and I'm going to apply one here by the corner. I'm just going to quickly place it. So let's select it and then change the width to be 200. Okay, I'm just going to quickly place this. Control Shift D, move this to the other corner. Control Shift D, move to the other corner like that. I know this is one of the critical points of the building part. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to quickly place this without care or consideration in terms of the support structural integrity and all the like. So I'm just going to do it for the sake of this demonstration. I think this Control Shift D, and may move a copy to this area. Another one will be here somewhere there. Yeah, something like this. And then I'll have extra 2 on this wall. So the other ones will go as well here, maybe. Just quickly place this there. We can have one there, have another one there, and then have another one there. Yes, from here let's select all of this by activating the column tool, Control A, and then group. I'm going to connect this by a beam as well. Let's activate the beam tool, set the structure to be basic or whatever, is it square or what, and then change the material to be also a timber structural. The settings of the dimensions or the cross-section size should be 200, 260, 200, whatever. Make it 200 or 200. Okay, and then the placement is going to be I'm just going to use the geometry method of a single placement. And then I'm going to pick this wall all the way to there, right? And then I'm going to right click, then move, drag multiple copies of this. So I'm gonna pick this point and place it there, place it that way, and there. Even for this ones. Okay, so if I escape, it will select all and then make sure you group them. Okay, so I can select each by and then adjust their heights. This also needs to go all the way, sorry about that, all the way to there. Same applies to, oh, it's not straight, so I'm gonna just, yeah, something like this. This one also is going to be extended. Let's stretch also this one. So I'm going to align this, Control D, align this to here. Perfect. You can have also the cross member joists. So let's draw it from there all the way to there. Another one will be from here, another one there, we have another there, another one here, something like this. This will connect here, and then this should go all the way to there. That's basically what I want to do. Yeah, and perfect. So if we check on 3D, let's see what we have on 3D. So the beams or the joists, let's select all of them and group. Okay, the joist has to be underneath the floor slab, floor deck, and then the floor deck maybe can we increase or reduce its thickness. We can reduce thickness to 100 so that we also make sure this sits right underneath there. Okay, something like that. And then for the columns, what I need to do is to select all the columns, Control Shift D, and then I will drag a copy down here and then increase the width of this by 300, change the material to concrete. Let's find concrete. Where is concrete here? Wow, concrete structural, something like that, so that it becomes the support of this. It can also change the height. Instead of linking it, let's not link it, so that we can say we want this to be 300 or maybe 600, and then we can increase, I think, adjust the height of this today. Okay, we don't want to see our pairs going all the way to the ground, so I can unlink. Let's not link this, so that we can pick this point, but ungroup first, so that it can give you the option to stretch the height. Let's stretch the height to underneath the beams, something like this. Perfect. And then you have something like that. Let's quickly move on to the roof structure, and that one I'll change the view to the wall plate, and I'm going to activate the roof tool. Let's activate the roof tool. On the roof tool, what you need to do is to change the dimension method to multi-plane. That's what we want. And then I'm going to pick the point from here going all the way to there. Right, perfect. And then from here, what I need to do is to change the width. Let's pick this blue line and I stretch all the way to there. Let's say undo. That's not what I intended. Let's pick the point here first and change the horizontal ridge all the way to the blue reference line. I'll do the same to this area as well. And on this side, I'm gonna stretch it all the way by picking the edge and then activate the offset edge. I'll offset it all the way to here. Same applies to this one, all the way to there. I can increase this by maybe 200, just maybe. All right. And then once you're done with that, I'm going to pick this point and then create an opening or subtract from polygon, which is going to be this part of the planter. Okay, so I'm going to have kind of an L-shaped roof here. So I'm going to do the same to the side, and then I'm going to offset it to something like that. I can come and be precise and adjust that if I want. This I'm going to also offset by 200, something like this. So if we check on 3D, you would have something like this, but let's select this and set the angle on the roof pivot height and pitch on your info box. Set this to be 23 degrees, and it will give, because this is now a custom roof, it will say these changes affect custom panels and edges. So what do you want? I want to keep as custom. I want to keep it as custom. Okay, So let's see now. Then I'm going to reduce the height, the elevation to home story, which is going to be 0, something like this. Yes, perfect. Let's increase the thickness of the roof, so which is this section, make it 200, something like that. And then I'm going to pick all this, the exterior walls. Let's pick all the exterior walls, pick all the exterior walls, and this one, and stretch it. Let's pick one of the points, the top points, and stretch it all the way to just in order just to pierce through the roof. Okay, and then from here we're going to right click, connect, and bring in solid element operation. On the solid element operation, you see our targets are 80. This means all the selection of the walls. So we need to select roof as an operator, and then I'm going to change the operation to subtraction with upward extrusion and hit execute. So that will clean up our roof geometry. So this is basically what we have in terms of the roof. So I'm going to have posts again here. So let's quickly do that. I'm going to go back to the ground floor view. For the post, I'm going to just use a column tool again. Let's activate the column tool and then change the structure to be a squarish kind of column. The material is going to remain as a timber structural, and then the sizes are the ones that I'm going to change. Maybe 200 by 200, and then I'm going to place it somewhere there. Another one will be here, there, that, yeah, pretty much what I want. So but they have to be in line, so I'm going to Control D and align it with this one. Okay, let's check on 3D. That's basically what we have. I think for these ones I'm going to change the material to suit the ones that are on the walls. So maybe let's open the section, the settings, and override this to a wood mahogany. I'm making sure they are linked, something like this, and then boom. Yeah, I think it's yes. And then when I do trim it off from the roof, this projection, so I'll right click, connect again, solid element operation, then select the roof as an operator. The target now, the operation is going to be upward extrusion because that's what we're trimming off. So we have something like that. You can go ahead and profile this and create a profile for your beam or your columns if you want, but basically that's what I intended. Okay, I don't know why the slab here is not going all the way to there. Okay, so this area, this wall is supposed to be a cladding, so I'm gonna go to the ground and okay, let's get rid of this solid element operation window. So because you cannot change it as it is because it's the entire wall all the way to the inside, so I have to trim it off or split this wall in two parts. So I'm going to go here at the top, there is a split tool here, and then I would move around on the edge. Make sure you're in the edge of the wall, because if you put it if you try to select it right on the middle, it won't act, or it won't cut. So I'm going to do it here, so you see now it's been cut. So I can now select this one and make sure the connections are perfect. Same applies to this. Make sure the connections are perfect. Right, so let's go back to 3D and select these two, open the settings, change the surfaces to stones. I'll find stack stones. This one, okay, perfect. So that's basically what I want. The chimney for the braai area or the barbecue area, you can stretch it all the way to the top, depending on the height you want. So pretty much that, and we're left with the railings. Okay, let's go back, and what we need to do is to pick parameters of these railings that we already have. I'm going to start from this point going all the way. By the look of things, it's outside, so I can only start from here and go anti-clockwise, something like that. do the same to, I'll do the same to this area. Click on this corner and then there, right click and then hit OK. Where again do we need? Yeah, I think this area as well. Now I'm gonna start from right on the staircase, then go all the way to there, right click, OK. So that's basically, wow. You see, I think the mistake that we did is to pick or snap the wrong element. So to adjust this, I can undo, or maybe select one and then pick this point. I can now bring it at the top like that. Pretty simple. Now it's not wrongly done. I mean, it's not correctly done. Let's just start all over again. Start all over again. I'll start from, you'll have to pick the slab, right? Make sure you snap the slab because this is associative, or you can just change here to be a static instead of snapping elements, right? That will give you similar place to, no, this one is fine. Now I can just draw without worrying much. Let's place this, okay, check on 3D. Wow, what's going on with it? Okay, let's do it on 3D if we have a problem, but on 3D I don't think we're gonna be accurate. Let's yeah, we'll start from here all the way to there. Something wrong with this. Something there. I'm gonna start from this corner to this corner and there. And move on to the other side. I'm gonna start from here, this corner, all the way to there. Right click and then okay. Perfect. So that's basically what we have in terms of the railings. So obviously there will be these issues where the connection, this can be achieved or fixed by selecting each element, each railings, and then hit edit mode so that you can select this part and stretch it all the way to the area you would want. Then I'll do the same for the other ones. Edit, select these ones, maybe I'll reduce the height, reduce to there, something like that. Okay, but I'll leave everything as it is for the sake of this demonstration and keeping on time. Alright, so the next thing is to create the finishes. You want your roof to have that kind of a profile of sheets. So I normally use either Archicad goodies by manipulating the accessories library, or using an element called, or object called profile sheet. So let's go to the old plate level and open the object settings and find let's search for the sheet. You'll find this profile sheet. Let's click on it, and then I'm going to change the profile to be something like trapezoid or whatever. And if you move on to the next page, let's set the angle to match the roof angle. And then I want to get rid of this pinkish or whatever purple color background. So I'll come here under 2D representation, and then let's change this to a screen, right, or a window, and set 3D level to full resolution. Then we're good to go. I can hit OK, then place the roof, place the sheet. I'll select the roof because I don't want to see the underneath material. Let's come here and do the cover sheet and find, okay, and check the use fill from surface. Just we want to use the cover sheet. Then let's find okay, the space is fine. It's only for us to use screen. I don't know, there's something wrong with our our, okay, no, there is a, I've seen what causes this is the graphic override combinations. Remember that we struggled a lot when we were trying to solve the issue of the prep area for the outdoor kitchen. So if you say fill and cut, let me say this one, okay. No, I don't think that's the issue. Let's see what might be the problem for this one. Whoa, background, cover background pen. If you use this one, okay, but for this I would just use the element to cover that. So I'll pick it, let's move it here, and then I can stretch it by picking one of the points and then do that, do the same to the other side, and then move it to there. One thing you need to check first before you can complete is the order. You see now it's in the wrong position now, so I need to mirror it, Control M to mirror it. Mirror. I don't know, my Control M mirror doesn't work, so I'll just use the manual mirror and then position it again, check on 3D. So from the 3D we need to Control D and take this down to the roof point. That's basically that. I would like to change the color of this. Let's open the settings and find, I want to override the surface. Okay, here, override, check for, I want to make it black. I'll find paint 4. Where is paint 4? Okay, let's just go for this one and hit OK. Something like, but this one looks transparent. I don't want the transparent one. It's a net. Just need a black color. Paint 4. Yeah, so that I can go back here. Then mirror a copy. Let's mirror a copy to the other side. Then I'll stretch this area, stretch it from this side to this corner. Check on 3D, the heights. It looks okay, here it is. Bring it to the position. Okay, and then let's sort up this small space or small portion. I'll Control Shift D to get a copy and move it somewhere there. I would stretch all the way. Oh, it's supposed to be there. Then from here, from that one, okay. Yes. Check on the 3D to confirm the height. I don't know if I pick parameters of this and then inject, or it's not, doesn't work. So I'll move it manually. I was trying to be clever there. Okay, now the rest we can, this one we can just stretch all the way to there, and then Control Shift M to mirror a copy and stretch this all the way to here. Okay, so we need to check this and that. Perfect. So I know there's a quick way of doing this by using goodies. Yes, it's a quick way of doing it. I can use the roof and then apply it once, but for this one I feel it has a little bit of detailing on it, even though the one for goodies also can achieve the same result. But yeah, for the other tutorial. So this is basically what we wanted to achieve in terms of the structure. So now let's see the presentation. That's the next section. Okay, this is the last section of this demonstration, and before I start everything, I want to add a last detail for this, which is the ridge. So this one I can just use a beam tool and then change the material to steel. Let's find a steel there on the list. Do you have a steel? Yeah. Okay, here's the steel, and then the width of this, yeah, we just leave it the way it is. Maybe not. Let's make it 50, the height, and then I can just draw a line to there, just to add a little bit of that. Okay, and this can, yeah, I think it's perfect. You can also maybe create a custom profile for this, but for the sake of this demonstration, let's just leave it the way it is. Maybe increase the height of it here to be 100. Yeah, to make a little bit of that sense. Okay, so what I want us to do here is something different that I haven't done before. So what I need to do is to activate the 3D cutaway tool, and by so doing it, I don't know why, I can right click on the scissor and then delete all cutaway planes, right, so that I can create a newly or of my own cutaway. So I'll pick this and then scroll down to cut up until somewhere there. Okay, then I'll hit finalize, and once you finalize, let's go to the windows, and then under toolbars I want 3D visualization tools. So under these tools, let's activate or go to the 3D projection settings, parallel projections. Let's go to the custom axonometry here section and then change to the top view. Make sure, because by the look of things here on the preview, it's not straight. I'll change the angle to 0 here, this one to 90 degrees, something like this, and then hit OK. So if you fit in the window, you'd see this is what we have. Okay, so I can add a little bit of depth by creating shadows and all the like. So to create shadows, again, let's go to view and then 3D view options, maybe activate OpenGL. Okay, I'm using OpenGL with contours, but I can go here under 3D styles. Within that OpenGL with contours, let's activate the shadows. Okay, and then hit OK. So the shadows are active. You currently cannot see anything here. Let's go back to the project settings, 3D project settings, right? And then change the azimuth to 30 degrees and the altitude to maybe 25. Okay, then hit OK. So you see some little bit of shadow casting and light in your spaces. Perfect. So that's your layout there. And if you were to create a sheet, for example, let's go to the layout book here, and I'll create a new sheet, call it presentation, and then I'm going to use the horizontal MSBIM main horizontal sheet. That will be this sheet. So this template comes with well optimized layouts or title blocks for any types of presentation for your project. So from here I can go back to my 3D window and make sure you save this window. I didn't save it, so I'll go down under 3D views. Let's create or save this. Make sure you select the folder right before you can hit save, so that you can save it in there. I'm going to change the name to custom, then say this is going to be a 3D plan, and then hit enter. So that's basically, oh, it didn't save with those changes we made for the shadows and whatever. So let's go back to view, 3D view options, 3D styles. Okay, the shadow is active. I think it's because of the 3D projection settings. Let's go back there, and then 30 degrees for the azimuth, 25 degrees for the altitude, and then hit OK. We need to update these changes to this view. Right click on the 3D plane view and then redefine with current view settings. That will set that. So I can now right click on this and then place on the layout. When you place it on the layout, you see the quality is bad. There's really nothing that you can tell people about. Okay, so let's get rid of this and then go back to our 3D view window, and then I'm going to right click on the space here on the window there. Oh, sorry, let's right click on the window here outside the 3D cutaway, and then you find this settings for set window size. I'm going to make sure I keep proportion by linking or logging this, and then change the pixel to, I'm gonna go with 5K. Okay, you can go as much as you want, but be careful with the hardware, your hardware system, whatever. So whatever, once you've done that, and if you go back and right click again on this, where is it, if you say redefine with current settings, and then if you right click again and say place this on layout, you'd see the view becomes so tiny, and then the window is so big. That means we need to set this to fit in this window. So let's go back, let's not delete it, let's go back and then say right click and then figure, where is it, fit in window, right? Then let's update by redefining this. Right click on the 3D floor plan and then redefine with current view settings. So once it's done, if you go back and select the view or the drawing and then update, right click and update, there we go, boom. Now you see a nice quality. This is gold, ladies and gentlemen. So I can now stretch this to fit in my sheet like that. Then I can trim off unwanted material, something like this. Perfect. And you could go and add text, label all your spaces. So this will be open kitchen / dining, increase text height, select it and make sure it's 5, and then Ctrl+Shift+D to carry a copy of this. This will be a bed 2, and then I can stretch the text box so that it's sizable, and then Ctrl+Shift+D, do the bedroom 1. Now do the lounge. Let's do the lounge. This will be the shower. This will be a shower. This will be a shower. This will be a passage. Something like this. Very interesting. And then if you go back again in your, let's come here, and then I'll just open this one, right click, or maybe, yeah, fit in window. If there's nothing, should be something. I'll come here on this one. Let's say you want to show all, right? Let's show all and then remove the cutaway, 3D cutaway. This should be a perspective. Let's double click that, fit in window, perspective. I want to create this elevation. Okay, then I'm going to go back in 3D projection settings, parallel projections, change this to elevation. So you could see here it's kind of bit elevation, perspective or elevation. So I need to set this to be 270, the azimuth to be 270, so that it can be flat like that. So we have, or we created the elevation for the front. I can come here and save it and then say front. Let's say front for the sake of time, and I can move this side and fix this, make this 360, the azimuth. Okay, perfect. This will be a side elevation. Okay, I now have front and side, so I need also to make this high resolution. So I'll right click on the space and set the window size, bumped it off. Let's make sure this it's locked, and then bump it off to 5K and resolution, and then right click to fit in window. Then go here and update the view, right click and then redefine with current view settings. Do the same to the side. Right click, set the window size, bump it off, it's already there, and then make sure it's fit into the window. Okay, then update, redefine. So if you would see here, we have very nice building. So if you come here under your presentation, I can pick these two, select all of them, and then drag them on the layout. Let's see what will happen. Perfect. We have this. I can select all of them, and then they are not fitting. I don't know why. You see, let's see. No, they are fine. Let's just leave them this way. I would crop this to there, crop this one, do the same to this. Yeah, and then I'm going to select all of them, Control K to resize everything. So I'm going to resize from something like that, and then this, I'm going to move it right there. Then bring this one, move it right there. I think I need to trim off that. Move it right there. Okay, let's select all of them again. Control K to resize, hit OK, and then let's bring this almost there. Perfect. This we can also resize if we want, just to create a little bit of space, and then create a nice border around your elevations. Perfect. And then if you save this, let's go to save as, change this to PDF and check open file after saving. I'll just hit save. You would appreciate the results, and that will complete or lead us to the end of our video. You could see the result on the PDF. Even if you zoom in, you could see and appreciate result. I think this is things that I've been struggling with for so many years in Archicad. I don't know why, because I thought Rivet, it was having an edge like can achieving this kind of presentations, but I've seen it happen in Archicad, and this is a good feature to have within the software for presenting our project. I think this was a good idea and a feature to have in Archicad. So thank once again guys for tuning in to this far. I really appreciate your input and your support to this channel. Make sure to comment and give us questions, whatever thoughts about this video, and if you have any suggestion in terms of the topics to cover in future, let us know in the comment section again. Also, you can only support our efforts by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video with the rest, that or your colleagues and everyone that you feel deserve to see this type of content. And also make sure to be ready, because I've been working hard with my team for a platform where we'll be sharing different assets, resources, libraries, objects, presets, templates for Archicad, specifically for Archicad and other plugins that Archicad needs to produce high quality drawings and effortlessly create projects. So tune in, soon it will be launched, and I thank you once again. Bye bye.